Wow, I hope you guys enjoyed that walk down memory lane just as much as I have. My name is Nick. This is House of Cards TCG, and today we're going to be talking about Pokemon Snap. Cue the intro.
House of Cards
TCG.
So, Pokemon Snap, for those of you that don't know, which I assume all of you that are watching this currently do, was a game created in 1996 by a company called Nintendo with a lesser company named HAL, with the intention of creating a game based on photography. So they were capitalizing on N64, the new platform, having a ton of memory, which is perfect for storing a lot of images. And photography wasn't as hugely widespread, not everyone had the capability, so they thought it'd be a great platform for a game. The original concept for the game was actually Jack and the Beanstalk. I'm not sure exactly what that gameplay would have looked like, but luckily someone forced the change to Pokemon as the content for that game, and well, the rest is history. So you, being the lovable Todd Snap, eventually as he was come to know him, would venture around the Pokemon world snapping pictures of these elusive creatures in their natural habitat. There were two contests. One was by the Core comic book company, the other by 64 Mario Party. Okay, it's 64 Mario Stadium. I messed it up. I'm gonna continue to mess it up in this video. Feel free to troll me in the comments because I know nothing and I'm not very good looking. In which 5 winners of each competition would be awarded copies of official Pokemon cards of their images. Now the Core contest issued only 20 copies, all to the 5 winners. So instantly one of the rarest Pokemon cards ever created. And the 64 Mario Party actually produced 15 copies of each card for the 5 respective winners, which I think made those the rarest. Now, with this being said, you don't see these come up for sale ever, or rarely at all. I'm sure there's a large population of the community that has never even heard of these cards, or would know one if they saw one. Imagine that. Could you imagine that? But the likelihood of you having one in your collection and not knowing it are probably more rare than the cards themselves. One of these cards made a historic sale yesterday for $135,000. Wow. The previous sale, it was the, one of these cards, it was the Snap Magikarp. One of the most beloved Pokemon there is. So the fact that the Snap version of this card came up for sale and reached a record-breaking price, not too surprising. I believe that the last recorded sale of this particular card was to the YouTuber Max Mofo, and I think in just 2018, he picked it up for $4,500. If only we knew then what we know now. The funny story is he actually won the auction at a higher price, and the seller refused to accept the payment, reran the auction, and he won it at a cheaper price. So congratulations to him. It came back as a PSA 8. And PSA actually refused to even grade these cards for the longest time until very recently because they're so rare and scarce that they didn't have anything to confirm the authenticity with. In fact, there was a slight discrepancy between some physical copies they were able to see of the card to the photos that are in the image of the Silver Bible that actually has the images of the card in them. However, very recently they have started grading them, not that there's that many out there to grade, but they're so rare they couldn't even confirm authenticity, which I think is amazing. So, this card, $135,000 for a raw card. And I've seen pictures of it. They're not the best pictures. There's not that many, but it looks mint. It looks absolutely mint. I believe that Max Mofo's card graded a PSA 8, but there's no real way to base value on the graded versions of these cards because there's no comps. So essentially, when they go up for auction, they become worth whatever someone is willing to pay for them. Now, is this the most expensive Pokemon card ever sold? It's a hard question to answer because this is ungraded. This was an ungraded card. As we know, first edition Charizard in a PSA 10 is sold for almost $400,000, but that was graded. I would only think that maybe the Illustrator card, even though I believe that that was graded, or possibly the the Blastoise introduction test card, but I believe that was graded by CGC as well. I don't think any of those cards have been sent to PSA. So with that being said, I think that this was the most expensive ungraded card, Pokemon card, that's ever been sold. If I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments and educate all of us, because this is a landmark sale. And why is this important? After the huge hype of the past year and a half, the fact that the largest sale of a Pokemon card has ever been made now is encouraging to the future economic viability of the hobby. Now, some people like that, some people don't. It obviously makes dealing in the hobby and entrance to the hobby a little more inaccessible. However, it can make your collection that much more valuable, which is why I think this is all worth noting. So, man, what an exciting event, and I hope that you guys get a chance to check into these Snap cards, and hopefully this will cause a resurgence in the game Pokemon Snap, because as a huge Oculus player myself, I would love to see this game in Oculus form, and you know, a release to the next generation to enjoy that asset of our childhood, which we all do by still collecting, trading, buying, and selling Pokemon cards. So thanks for joining me today. It was a pleasure to walk down memory road. Go ahead, look into all other sorts of Snap paraphernalia and collectibles out there. There's a ton of cool stuff. There's actually the old Blockbuster machines that you could go and you could plug your cartridge into and print your own pictures onto stickers that are out there for sometimes up to like $1,000, maybe more now, which are just very cool. And the Wii version of this game actually was the first game that had additional upgrades added to it, where you could upload your own pictures and share them to other people on the Wii network. So really cool, super fun. Love to see one of these cards come up for an insane price, absolutely ridiculous. And continue to join us on House of Cards TCG for amazing Yu-Gi-Oh content, gameplay content from Tyler and Shane, and maybe a little bit more Pokemon knowledge from me. See you guys.
House of Cards
TCG.